Well, I remember being a brand new teacher out of Pennsylvania.
Colonial Forge was my first teaching job out of college. I graduated from Bloomsburg University in Pennsylvania in May of 1999.
Made the drive down. I had 2 interviews right away, one with North Stafford and one with Colonial Forge.
And I remember interviewing with Mr. Wandry. He was wearing jeans and a t-shirt and had a hard hat sitting in his office.
It was really a casual interview. He interviewed me in jeans and a t-shirt. They were still finishing the school, and he was one of the first APs here. So I knew right away, he seemed like a nice guy. He seemed like it was a great interview. And who wouldn't turn down a brand new school?
Because it was my first job, of course, I was very excited. Maybe a little bit nervous, but not too nervy. And very excited when the school opened, students came in, and we really had a great bunch of kids during our first year.
Well, when I started here in Stafford, I traveled schools. I went to all, at the time, 3 high schools that there were.
I was teaching at Garrisonville Elementary, and Andre Nougaret was the principal there, and he had said to me, "Did you think about going to the high school?" I said, "Why?"
No, I taught at the elementary schools in the county for 8 years before I came here. And when you were an elementary music teacher, you sort of hopped all around.
Then they started building Colonial Forge, and Dr. Martin came from North Stafford, and she asked if I'd be interested in coming over here. I was a little apprehensive because I enjoyed being in one place.
He said, "I know you like basketball and you could probably get a coaching position there." And I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Are you interested?"
And didn't think I was quite done with it. I was really enjoying it. I had a little instrumental group and a singing group. We had the Fairy Farm Super Singers, very fun.
But then she told me that they were going to have the deaf program here, so I would have deaf students in the building. My kids could leave my room and go to another class where there would be an interpreter and deaf students that they could interact with immediately, and that was really enticing to me.
Probably 2 days later, got a call from Dr. Martin saying, "Would you like to come in for an interview for the LS1 program?" Of course I said yes.
One of my colleagues called me from there and said, "Hey, we think you should apply for this job at Colonial Forge." And I thought, no, I'm not doing that. I said, I don't know how to teach high schoolers. And they sort of twisted my arm a little bit more, and so I came up and I interviewed, and I took the leap and stayed in high school. And so I've been here now, obviously, for 20 years, and I love it, and I love high schoolers.
I think I'm the luckiest ASL teacher in the county because I do have that.
First, I was in construction for 18 years and did a little bit of everything that you would imagine.
When I left here originally, when I graduated, there was really no plans in being a teacher.
Next thing I know, they're telling me to go down to the school board office. They wanted me. So I went down there. I started at Garrisonville Elementary. Was there for 3 years.
I went down to South Carolina, to Coastal Carolina, planning on doing something with marine science.
But we really did come together because, again, the faculty was coming from all over. And I had come here from North Stafford, as many of the teachers did.
The C.A. Burton was over here with Dr. Martin.
And somewhere along the way, I ended up working at a state park and teaching little kids. And I really enjoyed it. So my mom's a teacher, and following kind of her lead, I ended up coming up here and getting a master's.
Next thing I know, I'm over here for an interview. And actually the head custodian, the principal, told her that I was already gone. I didn't even know I had the job.
Colonial Forge really gave me the first opportunity to teach, and they hired me on a provisional license to come in and also to teach oceanography, which was my background. So it was a good fit.
Colonial Forge put me in a great position to go to James Madison University, and left there as an accounting major and ventured off to the public accounting world, and soon thereafter found myself applying for and getting a position in Stafford County.
Yeah, I remember Dr. Martin, when I was in college, she was like, "Do you have that degree yet?" And I was a semester short. And so, because she was ready to give me a job right then because they needed a teacher, but I had to finish up all of my college degree.
To make that jump and have moved my way up, and so I'm currently the Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Administration.
Well, I originally went to college for business and worked for the government.
It was definitely weird first coming back. you come back, it was 4 years later, so I graduated, I got my undergrad, and then the next school year after graduating high school or college, I came back.
I then realized that I really liked the school setting. It was something that I really missed, so I went back to grad school to get my graduate degree in education.
So a lot of the teachers were the same, a lot of the people were the same. I had one of my friend's younger siblings in class, so it was really close to coming back and being in high school. It was very strange. That first year I was getting stopped in the halls where teachers were asking me where my hall pass was.
Everybody is pretty proud of being from here, and people want to be at this school, teachers and students.
It was almost like coming back home because I was comfortable here. I'd been here for 4 years. I came back and stepped right in coaching and being an assistant coach on the wrestling team with my coaches that had coached me. So it felt like it should.
I was asked to be the assistant cheerleading coach. So I started out as the assistant, ended up sticking around, taking over.
Teaching is probably in my genes, with my family, with my mother, with my aunts, with my uncles. There's a lot of us in education. My cousin is currently in education, but I always kind of felt a pull back to here.
But I just remember everybody was very happy. Everyone was very excited to be at a new school. It was exciting times to open a school.